So, here it was, my brand new 1.18 hardcore survival world. And there's me. Over the next 100 days, I'm going to be exploring and living here to prepare myself for my hardcore series that will be happening in this world. At this point, I'm used to surviving against polar bears and all sorts of other challenges on these 100 days adventures. But now I'm back in vanilla Minecraft, so I don't really have to worry about anything until it turns into nighttime. This challenge started the same way as everybody else that starts a world. Grabbing wood, making tools, and killing a few animals. Once that was done, I spotted a small cave and decided to head inside, grabbing coal and cobblestone. As mentioned, nighttime is the hardest challenge in these worlds, so when I left the cave, I spotted some sheep that I could kill and fashion into a nice bed. But there was only two, so that bed's gonna have to wait for now. As I continued to explore this area, I accidentally walked over some powdered snow, and I had no idea this block even existed, so I was so confused when I started just sinking into it and freezing. But I managed to get out and then almost died again straight away. I got out of this cave and, with the sun starting to set, I scanned the area looking for another sheep, and in the distance, I spotted one. Perfect timing before night rolled around. After making my way over towards the sheep, I killed him, made a bed, and then went to sleep. When I woke up on day 2, I crafted a furnace and cooked up my food. Once it was done, I took it out, ate it, and then continued on my adventure. As I scaled this huge mountain, I spotted some iron, so I upgraded my pickaxe and mined it all up. This mountain was covered with ores, and as I reached the top, I spotted some goats living up here, and a bee that was clearly lost in the snow. After I chopped down a few more trees and checked out the view from up here, the sun was once again setting, so I made my way down the mountain and slept. On day 3, I headed in a different direction to see what else I could uncover in this world. As I entered the spruce biome, I spotted a huge cave beneath the surface, and a valley that looked like a great place to start setting up a camp. As I continued walking, I got a bit distracted by some iron in a cave that kept taking me deeper, and deeper, and deeper. This wasn't all bad because I did manage to get over half a stack of iron, but eventually I found an exit to this cave and made my way down into the valley of this huge mountain range. I found a perfect spot to start leveling out and turning into my house, so I made myself a brand new stone axe and started clearing the trees. This area was starting to look habitable after a bit of work, and now it was time to start building the house, which would need a lot of cobblestone, so I had to quickly do some mining. Then, after grabbing some extra mossy cobblestone from the forest, I headed back and started working on my first home. I made a few changes as I went along with the design, and the final result was great. Now I had a house to store all of my items in, and to protect me from the creatures of the night. This build had used a lot of my resources, and my pickaxe most of all was completely destroyed, so I headed back into the mines to grab as much iron as possible. Along the way, I even found my first diamonds, and may have almost died to a few mobs down here, so I had to box myself in and eat up some food. After spending 6 days below the surface, I got some sunlight on my skin again when I came up and returned home. With my freshly cooked iron, I made myself some brand new tools, and then headed out into this world to try and find a village to start trading with some villagers. I scanned the oceans for some shipwrecks along the way, but was unsuccessful at finding any. But after spending a few days searching, I finally found a village. This place had bread, emeralds, melons, and of course villagers. The only problem was this village was so far away from my house, and it was attached to a mountain range, meaning bringing these guys in boats would take way too long tunneling through. I decided to leave, and as I left, I spotted a clay biome in the distance. And on my way home, I came across a new village. This one would not have been any easier to let me transport the villagers back to my house. Some of these houses were hanging off the mountain. So instead of trying to transport these guys back home, I just headed back empty-handed. Until I could find a closer village that made it easier to transport the villagers here, I needed something else to do. So I started flattening out the bottom of this valley for me to use as a future village and farm. This was not an easy task. I was digging through the mountain for a few days before I could start flattening out the ground and filling in the river. And I got some visitors along the way that needed to be taken care of. Once they were down, it was back to building, and on day 31, this place was done. Straight away, I started working on a berry farm for food, and eventually to trade it with villagers that I would get later on. I added a path over to this berry farm, and on day 33, I did absolutely nothing except chop down trees. The next day, I went back underground to grab a bunch of obsidian for an enchantment table and a nether portal. After slowly mining 20 pieces, I climbed my ladder back home, made the enchantment table, and enchanted my armor at a low level. Once that was done, I made myself a nether portal built into the side of a nearby mountain, and then finally went into the nether. Luckily, my portal spawned right next to a fortress, so after grabbing some gold from the walls of this place, I bridged over and entered the fortress. Inside was a bit dull. There was some blazes and a lot of quartz on the walls, but no chest loot and no wither skeletons. So after killing a few blazes, I moved on and continued to explore. I mined up as much quartz as I could, getting a load of XP, and eventually, I came across a bastion. I was scared since I only had iron armor, but nonetheless, I headed over and started to explore. Right, there's a piglin right here. He's gonna try and kill me, but I should just be able to take him down. Oh, his friends joined us. Oh! Oh, there's a lot of these guys. I need to get out of here. I need to run, quick. I'm gonna have to build up. They're chasing me. I should not have come here with iron armor. This was such a bad idea. Oh! I've got nowhere to run. I'm gonna go this way. Quick, 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 quick. Oh! I need to get rid of that guy with the bow. He's gonna keep shooting me down. There he is. Come on. Ow. Okay. Come on. Down. Alright. Magma, leave me alone. Once the coast looked clear, I made my way into the bastion and started clearing the chests of all their free loot. A silk touch pickaxe, some ancient debris, and gold was inside. As I continued to walk through the bastion, I collected the piglin's gold deposit and eventually got out. I did have to dig my way through a nether mountain to make my way back to the portal, and once I did make my way through, I was able to drop all of my loot off at home. My ores chest was starting to look rich with gold, so on day 49 I planted a bunch of oak saplings down and started farming for apples to turn them all into golden apples. After chopping for the entire day, I came home with 17 and upgraded them all. Now on day 50 I had a new task on my hands, cow hunting for leather. The enchantment table has no bookshelves yet because I can't make the books without leather. So I went out to the local plains and destroyed the entire cow population for their leather. I see some cows hiding behind these trees. Here we go, 2 of them. Can you guys drop me a little bit of leather? 1 piece? Please don't fall down here when I kill you. Oh, there's another cow. Nice, okay. You drop no leather? Really? Okay, this horse has got to go. Come on. Why is nothing dropping me leather? I need as much leather as possible here. I don't even feel guilty anymore. There's another lone cow right here. I'm sorry, buddy. You gotta go. I've killed so many. It's started turning to night right now. I found like a good bunch over here later in the plains though, so I'm just gonna keep killing all of these guys. After spending a night away from home, I headed back with 56 pieces, which was more than enough for all of my bookshelves. So after making some modifications to my house, I had a maxed out enchantment table that I could upgrade my weapons and armor with, which of course started with a brand new pickaxe. With my new Fortune 3 pickaxe, it was time to head back into the mines to finally get enough diamonds to swap out this iron armor for diamond. This trip was a great success, getting me 44 diamonds in total, and a few stacks of golden iron along the way. So when I finally came home with all of my newly mined riches, I crafted a brand new armor set and started enchanting. My enchantments weren't great, but this was a huge upgrade from the iron armor, so I was still happy. After that, I decided to clean up my house a bit and start organizing some chests to make finding stuff a bit easier here. Once that was done, I set back out into the wild to try and locate a closer village that would make transporting the villagers to my home a bit easier than the villagers I found a few days ago. After spending 2 days searching the world, I found the perfect village. A spruce village hidden in the snow. Luckily, I was able to trap these villagers in the boats and row them right out into the open ocean that was just 1 mountain away from my house. After transporting 2 of these innocent villagers all the way here, I needed to carve my way through the mountain to make moving them much easier. And once the path through was complete, I just had to bring them through to my village. Alright, buddy, you're coming on an adventure. We're gonna, okay, if I can just get the boat in here, there we go. And then block this off so the water is closed. Now I can pull this guy all the way through to the village, slowly but surely. And here we are. Perfect. If I just bring you up here, and then get out of the boat, put a boat down here with another workstation, so when I break yours, you try and go over to get the job, and then are you going to get trapped in the boat? Yes, perfect. Now obviously I couldn't just leave these guys in boats, so I had to start working on a villager breeding hut that I could put these guys in and start increasing my villager population. I went for a super clean spruce and deep slate combo for this build, and once it was complete, I added some beds to the build, but until I had some food to give them, I couldn't breed them. So I made a quick extension to my farm that surrounded this place, and was then able to make a load of bread and start breeding. In my first ever 100 days video, I got called out in the comments for secretly watching the villagers breed through a window, so I had to follow suit and do the same this time. After a couple of minutes, a baby villager arrived and marked the start of my village. Whilst I waited for some more villagers to be born, I started working on a trading station built into the mountain that I could put the villagers in and give them jobs. By the time I had finished this build, I already had a whole family of villagers inside of the hut, and one that clearly didn't belong to this family. Anyway, I grabbed one of them and trapped him inside of a boat to transport him to my new trading station. He was in denial to get inside, but eventually I managed to get him trapped behind the Fletcher table and started bringing one of his friends over. His friend was even worse. This guy, he just didn't want to work. He decided to go for a walk on the mountain, but after some convincing, I got him back in the boat and down to the trading station and gave him a job. Now I had infinite XP and emeralds, and since these guys are Fletchers, all I need for that is to turn wood into sticks. I looked around and saw this entire mountain range was filled with trees, so I pulled out my axe and made a change to that. I chopped down as many trees as I could until my inventory was filled with logs, and this place looked completely different after I was done here. But now I had more than enough wood for trading, so I made a visit to the villagers and got as much XP and emeralds as I could. After I did a bit of trading, I wanted to explore more of this world, so I grabbed some food and set back out into the wild. I wanted to see what biomes and structures I could find. I've spotted a little igloo. Now, if I'm correct, I don't think there's any loot in these places, is there? No, there's no chest, but I will take the bed. But I believe there is like a hidden chest somewhere. Oh, no, here it is. It's a trap door that goes down to this. Here we go. We got a brewing stand with a weakness potion. May as well take the brewing stand. What else is here? Take the cactus as well. I know you're supposed to use that with this golden apple to cure the villagers, but I'm greedy. I'm keeping the golden apple, so I'm going to leave here. There's a little Arctic village right here as well with another little igloo. What's inside of here? Got some beds and some villagers. Okay, I'm going to take these beds. All of these beds are going to come in big help in a future episode of this series. So, the more beds I can get, the better. Here's 2 more. Let's grab both of these. A load of bread. I may as well sleep here, because it's turning night anyway. And now, we can say goodbye to the Arctic village. For now. I felt like I was traveling the whole world on this trip. I went through so many different biomes and found some interesting locations that I could save for later, like this pillager tower. But I carried on exploring more ice, ocean, and desert biomes, and even came across this buried desert pyramid. This thing is really cool. It's like completely hidden in the mountain. There's no mobs in here, is there? No, I don't think so. Let's make our way down. Get rid of the pressure plate. The last thing I want to do is blow myself up. Got some emeralds, a saddle. Okay, I definitely want to take that. I'm going to get rid of the potion. Let's keep that. We got a golden apple and some more iron. Okay, that's nice. Oh, another golden apple. Whew, we're getting rich from this place. Nice. May as well get out of here. There was a little village here as well, which I guess we can sleep at. We just gotta get a bed down right here. There we go. And we will say goodbye to, yet again, another village. I found some crazy terrains on this trip, and may have started going mining at one point in the gold mines. But after spending a solid 8 days away from home, I finally returned to my village on day 90 with a bunch of loot from my adventure. Now, here's where the next job started. All of this loot I had gathered over the last 90 days was starting to clog up my chests, and I wanted to make a storage area that I could move everything into organised. Since I'm in a mountain valley, I had to clear myself some more space and decided to build a barn into the side of the mountain that I could fill with barrels of my loot. I went for a very simple design that I can extend as far into the mountain as I wanted. And once that was done, I had another quick extension that I needed to do, because the villager hut was starting to get a bit busy with all of the breeding that was going on here. I replicated the first hut as an add-on to the side of this, and now these villagers had more than enough room to walk around and breed. So then, as I stood on my path on day 95, I realized I was running out of days in this video, and I wanted to make sure that I had defeated the Ender Dragon before this video ended. So I dived in the Nether and started to speedrun the game. I quickly ran to the closest blaze spawner and started farming the rods. 29 blaze rods was more than enough. Now it was time to fight past some guests and make my way into the warped forest to kill some endermen. After spending way too long killing these guys, 16 ender pearls was the perfect amount. And now I needed to make my way back to the portal, make some ender eyes, and then start tracking down the stronghold. So if we go out here and click one of these eyes like this, it should give us the direction. Where did that just go? I think did I just hear it over here? Yeah, okay, here it is. It's in the water. Alright, let's just double check it is this way. Yeah, alright. We gotta go this way. I rushed as quickly as I could following the Eyes of Ender, until day 98, when the eye changed direction, and I knew that I was close. Whoa, okay, that was definitely going the other way a second ago. We did just lose that eye, but I should be able to dig around somewhere here. Okay, I see the little, what's this? The mossy stone. If we break through here, there's some wood. This is it. And we are in the library. Okay, what's in this chest? Some books and paper. I'm going to take all of it. There is a chest here, but it is guarded by a skeleton. You're going to have to die, sir. And give me the iron of the chest. Boom. Where is this portal, though? It's so dark around here. Oh, okay, here's the portal. Perfect. Alright, let's just get rid of these little silverfish. They are coming from the walls, so let's just get some torches down on here to stop any more from spawning before they try and kill me. Now, if we get the eyes in place, boom, there we go. The portal is opened. This is it. Now we jump in, and here we are. Right, let's start bridging over. Let's kill a few endermen, and then we can start taking down this dragon. Hey guys, don't mind me. Actually, do mind me. Please try and kill me. I need to kill you. I want your ender pearls. There we go. There's the last one. Okay, 2. Oh! Watch out for that. Alright, let's just start taking out some of these towers. There's the first one. Get rid of that one up there. After killing some endermen for pearls, I started taking down the towers. I made 2 awful attempts at ender pearling up the tower, so I decided to use my bow from the bottom instead. Okay, all of the towers are out. Now it's just me versus this dragon. She's not going to stand a chance. Oh, I hit her little fireball. She's coming down. Let's get in position quickly. I do not want to get launched here because I do not have a bucket. So loud. Oh my god. Okay, right, there we go. We can get some hits in. My aim was perfect, and the dragon was so low on health. And finally, after a 6-shot combo, the dragon was down. I took my annual defeated Ender Dragon screenshot and collected all of the XP. Oh, and I couldn't forget about the dragon egg. But with only 1 day left, I looked over to the open gateway to the end cities and realized I had no time to do that today. So I jumped back through the portal and returned home to the night of day 99. After 1 sleep, it was done. I had once again survived 100 days in hardcore Minecraft. I already know this video is going to be filled with comments of things I forgot to do in this world, or things I did wrong, but since this is becoming a series, feel free to leave all suggestions in the comments down below, and I will try my best to make this world just as cool as everybody else wants it to be. Episode 1 of this series is going to be posted 2 days after this video on Sunday, so if you are watching this a bit late, check that video out now, it will be posted. But for now, that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.